The Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
We are live from the Urban Orchard, right in the Perth Cultural Centre, right in the middle of it.
Yep.
Loving it. All about Fringe World today.
Yep. Now, you can come down and have a look and join in if you're in the city.
Yeah, if you're on your way to work, that kind of thing.
Nothing better than to come down here and see some live acts.
Oh, well,
on
live
stage.
is so
live
good.
Acts in person on stage.
Well
that's
done
what we're hoping for.
to Melissa from Whitby too, who scored the tickets to Fringe World. We've got more to go. But now live is Rory Lowe, great comedian.
Welcome to the stage, Rory.
Hey, guys, how you doing?
Rory.
Good, Rory, but we can't see you. You're supposed
Yes.
to be here. I'm not sure if you're hiding behind
No,
a...
invisible comedy,
airplane.
that's a thing. That's
Rory,
you?
Are you the first invisible stand-up? What's the deal? Why can't we see you?
Oh, well, I did have this elaborate story about how my plane got delayed from Sydney, but I actually went to the premiere of the new movie Babylon and went out with the cast and just got way too drunk and then missed my flight.
What did you do with that elephant? That's what I want to know.
Yeah.
Well, in his defence, he thought it was Margot Robbie. He'd had a few drinks. So, yeah.
Yeah,
So that's your
it's a good reason to miss a flight.
Yeah,
okay. Oh, so you missed the flight completely?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it wasn't
Yeah.
delayed. You tried to blame an airline, but actually it was
No.
just you out on the
Yeah,
tips.
I was delayed. That was the problem.
hey, Rory, I know the feeling. One time I missed a flight to Sydney to join Nathan and Nat because I was watching a replay of the Super Bowl.
A replay, not live, a replay.
Remember
You didn't pick me for the...
Was that
I
the
didn't
time
pick
you
you
were
for
at
the
the airport?
forecast.
Yeah, I was at the airport.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sean was at the airport and watching it on the TV at the airport and missed the plane, which was just like,
There.
meters away from
And it was a replay.
It was a replay. I knew who'd won.
So all of a sudden you don't seem so bad, Rory.
Oh, okay, well, that's good. As long as I've got someone worse than me, that's perfect.
Yeah. So, Rory, obviously we're all looking forward to you coming over here. I was looking at you. You're on until February the 4th, so, geez, you're backing it up left, right and centre.
Yeah, and then I go straight to Adelaide and then straight to Melbourne. So, I mean, last year I did 700 shows. So
700?
Yeah, 700. I was doing 2 or 3 a day almost.
That's extraordinary.
Whoa.
700.
So what you're saying is you've really honed this show then?
Yeah. It's that. Let's go with that. That's why I had a day off and got too drunk. I was like, I've been working hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
my
10,000
show's
hours.
perfect.
So you know what? Stand-up comedy really is just your father telling you the same story again and again
Yes,
and again.
that's
isn't
right.
Well, at my household.
Well, you've got to go out and do something wild and crazy so you can write about it the next day. You know.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay.
So this show that you're doing for Fringe World, what's the gist? What's the theme of it?
Oh, well, I mean, basically it is just a bunch of wild stories that have happened while I've gotten drunk. So, I
Is
did
this
have
just a
whole
way
show.
that you can tax
I've got
deduct
to
your
add
bar
one more.
bill?
Yeah, that's pretty much, I just got to pay off the tab.
Yeah.
Oh, that's it. No, there's no better thing for the tax department than market research, is there?
that's right.
They have
That's
to
right.
acknowledge it.
So, Rory, when you're out, and you're thinking, okay, I'm going to write a show and, maybe use a drunken night, during that drunken night, do you pen a note throughout it in case you get too
You should
blind that
see-
you don't remember?
You should see my notes in my phone. It's just absolute debauchery. The whole thing is just full of absolute horrible things.
I do like that. One of my mates, Nathan, you saw him recently, Luke Toyer, he used to take a pen and paper out, and every time we were out, because someone say something hilarious, he'd write it in the notepad.
And
have
he's
a reflect on it.
not a comedian. He's not gathering material.
He's not.
A little flip notepad.
Just a little flip notepad.
A little IKEA.
There you go. Oh, Nathan said.
Oh, my God.
Let's revisit that.
That's hilarious.
Hey, Rory, where are you? I know that, you sort of started your comedy here, but where are you based these days? Or are you just a wandering minstrel?
Me and my girlfriend just bought a house in Sydney. So we're living over this side now. Which
What
is
are
really
you, a
nice.
millionaire or something?
Let's just say that she's doing a lot better than I am. Let's just say that.
Now I understand the 700 shows. Mate, bloody real estate over there is unbelievable. That is insane. It's basically $1 million to buy a house, isn't it?
Yeah, that's like a 2-bed.
Is that right, Rory?
Yeah, I don't really know. She paid for it, so I think I'm just doing $100 a week. That's what I'm doing.
$100
a week.
I want one of those relationships. How good's that?
Yeah, you have landed on your feet, that's for sure.
Rory.
Let's just say I am a feminist now. I'm a huge feminist.
I bet you
All
are.
about it.
Rory Show, highs and lows, kicks off tonight until Feb 5th. Tickets at fringeworld.com.au. Of course, thank you so much for talking to us, Rory. Sorry you couldn't be here in person.
Well, thanks for having us on, and hopefully I'll see you guys at one of the shows.
Yeah,
Rory.
man.
It's the Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
We are showcasing some of the amazing acts that are here for Fringe World.
I think it's about time for something a little bit fabulous. What do you think, guys? Do it. Yes. We have, you might have seen her on RuPaul's Drag Race. Now 2 seasons under her belt.
Oh, hello. Repeat
Unbelievable.
offender.
So you've done Down Under and also Versus the World. Is that right, Anita Wigl'it?
That is correct, and I've lost both of them miserably.
You're a
It's
glutton
like
for
the
punishment.
Olympics. There can only be one winner. Don't feel bad. It's great to just be involved.
You know what? And I lose so beautifully.
That's right.
You do, with elegance.
With elegant. Thank you for noticing.
Yeah. Hey, you've got wonderful posture.
Oh, thank you.
Great, Anita.
Oh my God, it's probably because I was in economy flying from New Zealand yesterday. So I was on a Qantas flight, so my spine is like, I haven't been able to lie down for 3 days.
Oh, wow, so we're still flying economy. I would have thought now you've been on tour of RuPaul's shows, you'd be at the pointy end.
I know. Oh God, well, I am on the pointy end of many things, but unfortunately, when you lose 2 seasons, you get nothing. So
And that's a bummer because you're not a short-statured person.
No.
How tall are you?
6'2" out of drag, and in drag probably pushing 7 feet at least.
So wait there, economy, that's what, 20 kilos or 30 kilos of luggage?
23?
allowed?
Yeah.
23?
But the trick is,
What do we do?
you're allowed 2 pieces of hand luggage, and one of them is a laptop bag, which is loaded with the heaviest of supplies. and then I got a little membership, so I get another 23. So
Perfect.
I probably got 46 checked in, and probably about at least 25 in my hand
Holy
luggage.
hell, every time you travel, Anita, that's amazing.
I know, carrying the weight of the world on my shoulders every time.
So when a wig is done, like, so that's the thing. So do you shove your wigs in luggage, or because when they're styled, do you style them light? What happens?
Yeah, so I get my wig. My wigs are actually done in Sydney, of all places.
Oh, okay.
I know.
Okay.
Thank
Okay,
you.
money.
Yes. Yeah, thank you.
That's why you can't fly
Honestly,
business.
My wigs have a bigger seat than I do getting to New Zealand. But I fly them in a box, and so the box goes in the suitcase, so they kind of stay a little bit disheveled. But that's kind of my brand, so it's fine.
Anita, where do you base yourself then? You were just talking coming from New Zealand.
Yeah.
Where are you?
So I'm in Auckland in New Zealand at the moment, but I'm really lucky with the TV show. I get to travel around. So I've just come off 6 weeks in the UK. So we've gone from freezing to boiling. And then what is it, like 7:30 in the morning? And I'm sweating in places I didn't know I had.
It's only getting hotter too. I
tell you what, your tuck would slip out.
Have you been watching?
And Anita, are you so busy that's all you're doing these days?
It is. So back in New Zealand, I'm really lucky. I own 2 venues, drag queen dinner theatres. So that's drag queen dinner theatres. And that's my sort of day-to-day business life.
Yeah. That's where out-of-work drag queens come past and beg for food. It's actually really sad.
So it's a great service.
We service the community regularly.
Yes.
And then, but now I've got this amazing opportunity to be on these TV shows. I basically get to travel the world and meet people and do shows. And that's why I'm so excited to be in Perth for my first ever Fringe Festival.
So you're doing the full festival too. You're doing the full season.
15 shows.
Yes.
Glutton for punishment.
And tell us about the show. What can we expect?
Sure. So my show is called Funny Girl, spelt with a U, just to make it confusing for the audience to Google.
I was going to say funny. It's funny. I got it. Right.
And then, so it's the story of my life. It's an hour-long show. And I wanted to have the show as a way to connect with people. So we talk about how I got into drag, the stupid, ridiculous things I've got up to, but also some of the good and some of the bad things that happened to me and that have shaped me to be the fabulous and questionable person that I am today.
Questionable.
Can we have a little tidbit? So how did you get into drag? What happened?
Yes, so it's actually Australia's fault.
Oh. So
a lot of things are.
Have you heard of a little musical called Priscilla, Queen of the
Yes.
Desert? Or Dessert, if you're dyslexic.
Yes.
So I watched it. I was an usher in Auckland at the Civic Theatre, and it was the first musical we ever had, and I saw these drag performers. Tony Sheldon, the amazing actor, was in there, and I was just so inspired at how the audience just loved it, probably because they were drunk. And I thought, I want to try this. So I tried it for our staff Christmas party, and 12 years later, I'm still doing it.
The staff Christmas party, I think it's...
Were the rest of the staff on board, how did that go down?
Oh, God, well, this is 12 years ago in New Zealand. There were more sheep than people at that party.
Yes.
But they really enjoyed it, and more to the point, I really enjoyed it, and making people laugh. And I realised I could use my energy and my stupid sense of humour in a positive way to entertain people.
And look at you now.
Was it a shocking, and I would like you to explain the process, but remember there's children listening. Was it shocking the first time you tucked? Sean, you know what tucking is?
Yeah, I do it often, yeah.
It's when boys want to look like girls when they're looking in the mirror.
Yes, downstairs.
It has to go somewhere.
It does.
So in a nice breakfast-friendly way, how does that work?
Well, a breakfast. Let's see if we can do this. Well, you take your breakfast banana and you remove it under the Barbie parts, and you tuck it through, and then your 2 breakfast plums.
Yes.
You kind of like I don't know if you know this.
No.
Here's a fact for you. But in the male body, there's like some cavities up in your body, so you can just pop your plums up.
Send them back inside.
And then it's like,
And then you gaffer tape.
and then some people gaffer tape it, but I like to kind of wedge it in with some underpants. Because you never know when you're going to need it, do you?
So when you're fully tucked right, and then sometimes you'll see someone do a jump off a box, and then into the splits.
Yeah.
Has one of the plums ever come out?
Oh,
and
well, luckily,
Let alone the banana note.
yeah. Well, luckily, I'm over the age of 30, so I can't do that kind of effort.
Okay, right.
But sometimes it does, and sometimes if you look carefully at stages, you'll see 2 tiny indentation marks of their testicles.
What a great image.
we do have to ask you, being from New Zealand, Jacinda Ardern.
I know.
How are you feeling?
Well, I feel sad because she's amazing, isn't she?
Yeah.
But you know, I think it's a testament to Jacinda that she's always done things on her own half, hasn't she?
Yeah.
So, like, yes, she's got to, I don't know, April to carry out her reign or whatever it's called. But but she's decided that she's like, no, I don't want to do it anymore.
Yeah.
So she's not. And do you know, she's the loveliest person. We actually hosted a gay dog show together once. And neither of us...
Can you find gay dogs?
Well, apparently, neither Jacinda or I, we didn't win, so that goes to show something.
So was that just a lot of sausage dogs?
That would be telling Anita.
Anita, brilliant.
Well, Anita's show kicks off at Fringe World tonight. First show tonight.
Yes, God,
Which venue are you in?
I'm at the Parlour at the Cultural Centre.
Lovely.
good on you.
Yes.
Mm,
Which I
nice.
believe is where we are at the moment.
That is where we are now.
Yeah, and the parlour's just a Portaloo, by the way.
2-for-1 special.
Fringeworld.com.au is where you can buy tickets to Anita Wigl'it. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Isn't she fabulous?
Nathan, Nat, and Sean podcast.
It's time to meet another Fringe World act. These guys come back every year.
Yeah.
They are the hit show every year. It is the guys from Briefs. The show's called Dirty Laundry.
Yeah. And if you don't know about it, it's just a pack of really ugly men.
We have Fez and Mark
Hello,
with us.
ladies.
Yes.
G'day.
Good morning.
G'day, Fez.
Sorry for so much ugliness so early.
and terrible bodies, too. I mean, you should be
Awful.
ashamed of yourself.
I'm actually just breathing in and wearing control briefs.
Thank God for Spanx.
You've started off by bringing a whole lot of stuff up on stage, including a washing machine. I'm not sure what's going to go on here.
Well, it is drag, it's circus, and it's burlesque, so it's about being abundantly difficult to travel.
Yes, sure.
I was going to say, I thought the drag queens had it tough enough.
Yes.
With
And
all
then you
their
bring a
luggage.
washing machine
But
on
you're
stage.
travelling with a washing machine.
I think when it comes to drag, mixed with circus, it's just chaotic.
Yeah, you do just about as many props, as much sawdust, and as much glitter as possible, really.
So you're sort of like, I mean, not just performers, but athletes, because you've got to have your bodies in check the entire time, because that's some of the appeal of the show.
Yeah, some of us are lazy, some of us are hardcore.
Why are you
gym
looking at me?
junkies.
I'm actually the host, so I don't my training is
You can
just
let yourself
trying to
go.
minimise eating as much barbecue
Civic
chicken
training.
as possible. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have like pinch tests and stuff like that?
Yeah.
No, we actually do. We actually just came from the West Australian Circus Festival, which is in Carradale, hosted by Luna Circus.
Yeah, right.
And that is probably one of the best ways to kick off the year, because there's a training week and then a performance weekend, and it was actually a really, really stunning way, after all the craziness that we've been through, to just
Yes.
be in a big circus community and to just fill your spirit up, fill your soul up, and actually just train and be amongst bunch of people who are really competitive, but with a community spirit.
Now, obviously, COVID was just a horrible time that we don't want to talk about.
Yeah.
But looking forward, what you do, you guys, you literally just travel the world doing this show, right?
Yeah, literally. We just came back from a 6-month tour from, the last 3 months was in Sweden with our kids show. So.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
What do you do in your kids' show? Is that like a hot 3 minutes? What happens?
Just same show, no stripping, no swearing. Just,
Hey,
yeah.
Did you, when you're in Sweden, did you go and check out IKEA? What was it like?
Yeah.
They were gigantic.
So then, and they don't call them Swedish meatballs, they're just called meatballs.
That's
Yeah.
meatballs.
What an
No, it's the same
insight.
about-
What about a Swedish massage?
Yeah, they were hard to find, actually.
So this is amazing.
And it's called an Arlen-key.
Really?
Yeah.
An Alan key. Where it's all Alan.
Alan.
That's funny.
So there's some danger for this. You guys are going to just sit there and be lazy, but
Yeah.
Louis is the one that's going to be actually performing.
Yeah, we'll move out of the way for
You're West Australian representative all the way from
Hello,
Broome.
Louis. How are you?
Oh, Louis from Broome.
Louis.
So Broome, Louis, how does one kid from Broome end up doing this?
Similar to what you're about to see. I guess you just put this out there and then hope for the best.
So a lot of washing machine tricks as a kid. That's it, everybody. All right, so what are we going to do?
All right, well, we're going to go to a song, and then Louis is going to perform, and we'll recap afterwards and see if he's still alive.
Nathan, Nat and Shaun Instagram if you want to check out the performance as well.
Louis just done a show for us.
So
It was
Louis
very
from Briefs
impressive.
has showed us why it's called Dirty Laundry.
So we just saw Louis, the quickest hands in the industry, Louis.
Yes.
Firstly, well done.
Thank you.
We saw a lot of balls bouncing there, but now we see two of them resting on the couch.
Amazing ball handling skills, Louis.
What is it like, Louis, right now to be naked in front of a group of people on stage?
Everything's fine except for the kids.
Yeah, including a couple of very sweet children.
Well, you have to learn sometime, don't you?
That's right. That's what
we call
Fringe
a
World is
penis.
all about.
That's great, Fez, that you and Mark are just sitting back, just watching Louis do all the hard work at this point in time.
Yeah, the kids are taking over.
Yeah, this is it's actually really amazing to watch Louis. Louis joined the company when he was 19 in 2013.
Wow.
At this festival.
Oh, really?
You ran away and joined the circus, Louis.
Yeah, for a second time.
Louis, I saw when you got up on stage, you were having to make sure that the stage was level, which seems very important with what you're doing.
Yeah, absolutely. Doing it in a space like this can be...
Yeah, because it's an amazing juggling act where at the most 6 balls at once.
That was 7.
7.
Hey.
They were so fast, I couldn't count.
That's 9.
But also bounce juggling is probably something that people have seen a little less than regular juggling.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Which is what we try and do. We try and give things that people haven't seen before and in ways they haven't seen them.
Just for you at home, Louis is just casually reclining on a couch. He's nude except for shoes and socks and a basket of washing in his lap.
Okay, this is the closest I've been to a naked man.
I
for a
know,
very long
and you're not running.
Hey.
Normally he sprints away, Louis. Sprints.
This is amazing. What an amazing morning, Louis. What an amazing morning.
Oh, love is love.
Louis, not for me, but for everyone else at home. Are you single?
Yes.
Nathan. So's Nathan, Louis. Just saying.
I
So's
don't think
Nathan.
Louis swings that way, but that's okay. Go down to the playground and check.
Oh, you just saw. He swings everywhere.
Hey.
And so, yeah, if you want to check out more of Louis and more of the Breeze Boys, you can see us at 7:50 in the Pleasure Garden for the duration of the festival.
Putting the pleasure into Pleasure Garden, that's for sure. Tickets from fringeworld.com.au, and I tell you what, we have another $150 to spend at Fringe World to give away right now to somebody at home. 13 24 10.
Yeah, you just need to be caller 15 right now and you'll get those tickets and it's worth it. Go and see the boys.
Yes.
Have a feel-good summer with Fringe World. Enjoy everything from comedy to music, circus, plus heaps more. Get Louis and see him naked. Grab your tickets through fringeworld.com.au.
Yeah, bring the kids.
Well done.
They'll love it.
Thanks so
the
much for
Briefs
having us.
guys, everybody.
Everyone, give
Thank
up a
you.
brief.
Nathan, Nat and Shaun in podcast form.
That's Jason Derulo and Schaus. It's 8:09. Nathan, Nat and Shaun. We are live from the Urban Orchard in the Perth Cultural Centre, showcasing the wonderful things that Fringe has to offer, and it's time to meet yet another act.
Yes, this is Tom.
Yes.
Tom does a show called Godz.
That's right. He's one of the headfirst acrobats. So Godz is the adults only show.
Yep.
And there's a kids show as well called Pre-Hysterical.
Hello, Tom.
Hello, Tom.
Now, wait there. Can we hear Tom?
That's not working.
Okay.
Oh,
so,
wow.
Tom,
Oh, wait.
no, that's
we're
better.
we're good now.
So, Tom,
Let's go.
So, Tom, we've already seen a penis this morning. So, this is going to.
You're going to have to one-up that.
Well, from my angle, I must say Lewis had very quick hands. It was very fast to touch. I didn't see a thing.
Now, tell us a bit about Godz. What would people see going to the show?
Godz is an acrobatic comedy show which follows 4 Greek gods from Mount Olympus, and they party too hard. They get very naked. So if you like Lewis, you'll love Godz. And so don't bring the kids to that one unless it's these kids, because they've seen everything.
But you do a kids show as well.
Yeah, we do a kids show, and we keep the clothes on for that. It's called Prehysterical. It's a caveman themed show. It's really sweet. It follows 3 cavemen as they learn to work together and avoid predators and try not to get eaten.
How cute.
Yeah, nice.
So which god do you play, Tom?
I play Apollo, god of the sun.
Okay.
you're loving this.
Can you tell
Right
us
on
to
you.
calm down right now?
No, come on. It's 8 o'clock in the morning.
Tom, what's your background before we get to see some of your action this morning? What's your background to be able to do this?
My background's actually in breakdancing before I did circus. Yeah, I did. Yeah, did you guess it?
Oh, no, I just want to go, because we want to go to the Olympics, obviously.
Yes.
Breakdancing is going to be a part of it.
In the
Fantastic, the
Paralympics.
Paris Olympics. Yeah, I can't wait. I've got a strange feeling about how it's going to go, but if it goes well, I'll be like, yes.
I
Now,
think it will.
Tom was very competitive, and he was like, well, look, he goes, so too many people already have seen my penis, so what can I do that's a little bit different?
Yes.
Tom, what are you going to do during our interview that's a bit different?
Well, I'm going to attempt to be interviewed upside down, so I've got a little box here for the people on the radio who can't see, and I'm going to stand upside down on my head, take my hands and feet away so it's just balancing with my neck, and I'm going to try and talk to you without sounding like I'm going really red in the face.
Okay. Well, let's do that then.
Let's do it?
All right.
Okay, let's do it.
Our first ever upside down interview about to happen, everybody.
All right.
So, okay, wow, I thought that
yourself on a
microphone was
chair,
going to go
onto a
somewhere
mop.
then when you started bending over.
He is upside down.
Okay.
He is upside down. Oh, my God. Oh, he's shaking.
His legs are in the air. His okay, hands free.
Oh,
Legs all over the place.
can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Can
We
you
can
see?
hear you.
We can see you.
And it looks like it's taking a lot of effort there, Tom.
It is taking a lot of effort.
Is this something you do often, Tom?
How could you tell? Sorry, what was that?
Is this something you do often?
I do this every night in the show, but I do it on a swinging trapeze.
Yeah, right.
Oh, well, that'll be a lot easier, surely.
Yeah. Tom, do you ever do this just at home to
I do it.
practice?
Oh, yeah, I do it for a couple hours every day at home. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to do it anymore.
Yeah.
So there is a limit on how long you can stand on your head for.
About a minute, but don't worry about it.
Tom,
We forgot to start the timer.
can we tell you, is it painful?
No, it's not that painful. It hurts my brain to think about the talking, but other than that, we're all good.
Do you have to do neck ups or anything, Tom, as part of a program to keep you strong?
I feel like this keeps me strong enough. You know, the thing that hurts the most is actually admin. So kids don't become a computer programmer. Just mathematics.
Well, Tom, we don't want to make it too hard for you, but what do you think about Australia's political landscape at this time?
You know what? Vote green. Just vote green.
Do you think we can get into it? Tom,
I don't think he's...
No, leave Tom alone. Is it Tom? Is it okay?
All right,
for
Tom,
to come
time
right
to take your
side up?
pants
I can
off.
come right side up.
Okay, Tom,
You
we're
can
going to
come right
unzip your
side up,
pants
Tom.
now.
Hey,
well done,
perfect dismount as
Tom.
well, Tom.
And Tom, your voice didn't change at all.
Now, to prove how easy that is, Nathan, you do it.
All right, Nathan, I've got insurance. Up you go.
Tom goes, I hope I sound all right. Hello, upside down.
I was worried my voice was too bogan before, but oh my God, it
that
comes
was
out.
different.
Hey, Tom, when you were younger, were you always going to go into performing or something like that? What was the deal?
Absolutely not. I was very inactive as a child.
Yeah.
Like complete blob. I never did any sport or anything until I discovered breakdancing when I saw it on Saturday Morning Disney.
Yeah.
And I just went, that's the best, and just started rolling around in my parents' garage.
Yeah.
And then somehow I ended up in the circus.
So what age did you start breakdancing?
16.
Did you have your own
16?
cardboard everywhere you travelled?
My parents were so awesome. They took their cars out of the garage,
Yeah.
and then they let me put cardboard down, so they had their cars in the weather,
Yeah.
and just let me train all the time. It was awesome.
Did you have
That
a
is a
hookup at
supportive
Harvey Norman for fridge boxes?
I found what I needed. I had that liner, you know, that black and white check liner.
yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
I still got it. I still got a massive roll in my lounge room.
Oh, that's from every 50s diner.
Yeah, exactly.
So-
Did you
Exactly.
compete then, Tom? You sound like you would have competed in
Yeah, I
breakdance
did. I
comps.
did a little bit of competing on the east coast of Australia between Brisbane and New South Wales. Did a few comps. I won a power move comp once. I was like, yes.
Yes.
But I quickly discovered that at that time, breakdancing wasn't a profession, but apparently circus was. So I travelled to Melbourne and studied circus instead.
That's amazing. Where has Godz taken you around the world?
Godz is, Godz hasn't been out for that long, so we've only been through Australia with Godz, but other productions have taken us all over the world. We've been France, England, Germany, we've been to the States. It's been great.
Wow. You guys keep coming back to Fringe World. Everybody loves you here. I saw you last year, and I'm seeing you tonight as well. Last year, though, did you have to quarantine?
Oh, yeah. Last year was wild. Thank you so much to the WA police. We actually managed to get in along with briefs. I think it was pretty much from the people who were interstate. It was just us and briefs.
Well, they had to strip search Louis. And it was actually quite easy.
So, did you
quarantine on the plane
together, like in one premise, so you could still rehearse and train, or how did it work?
I think they came from Queensland, so they were a little bit in a better position than us. So we were in Melbourne, and we were quarantined. We had to be out of Melbourne for 14 days. So then we went to Brisbane. We're like, yes, we've nailed it. And then Brisbane started popping off with COVID, 500 cases a day. The police call us up and they're like, guys, you got to get out of Brisbane, go anywhere. Okay, we'll go to Tasmania. Go to Tasmania, friend's place for Christmas. Never met them. Staying with their parents. It's awesome.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that was so good. They just let us. They had this amazing house. They had like little quad bikes. We were ripping around in the bush. It was so good.
Never met them before.
We never met them. That was so nice. But it was circus family, so they took care of us.
Just a troop of acrobats turn up for Christmas.
Yeah, but they loved it. We loved it. And then COVID, of course, started popping off in Tasmania.
Do you think it was you guys?
Hey, we were testing. We were testing.
It was chasing you there.
It was chasing us. Yeah. And they cancelled our G2G pass before we got on the last plane out of Tassie, and they reinstated it when we landed.
There is something sus about that. Did you do it about 2 or 3 years ago? Did you do a show in Wuhan, or? I don't know, I'm just tracking it back to maybe the source.
That was the famous wet market show.
I think we called that show Batman.
Well, we're very glad you're here again. You guys put on a great show. Go and check it out. Godz is the adults only show, and then Pre-Hysterical is the kids show. And you're here for the long haul too, aren't you?
Yeah, we're doing the whole festival, 9:30 for Godz and 4:30 for Pre-Hysterical.
All right, and they're actually looking for somewhere to stay next week, so if anyone can open their homes.
They expect quad bikes there, though, everywhere they go. Fringeworld.com.au is where you can buy tickets. Thank you so much for joining us, Tom.
Thank you so much.
Great work.
Nathan, Nat and Shaun is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au.